Hello students, how are you? Today we will study photoelectric effect. Before going to this topic, we will first of all know whatever work has been done regarding this in the starting time. In 1887, Hertz observed that when an ultraviolet ray was made to fall on the negative plate of an electric discharge tube. This is an electric discharge tube, means in which current is given by means of a battery, and there are plates from which electrons move when electric current pass through it, and there are some other conditions also. So this is a electric discharge tube. So when ultraviolet rays are made to fall on the negative plate, you can see the rays are falling on this negative plate. So what happened? The electric discharge become easier, and after that Helmholtz also confirmed this. Whatever Hertz had told, he confirmed it. What he did, he placed two zinc plates in a vacuum bulb. This is a vacuum bulb. What is a vacuum bulb? It's a type of bulb in which vacuum is created, means there is nil, or you can say no air. Two wires connected to these plates. See there, one wire here, one wire here. So two wires connected to these plates were joined to a battery. Where they were joined? To a battery. And a galvanometer, means one wire connected to a battery and the other wire connected to a galvanometer. So you know what is a galvanometer? It is a device, electromechanical device for the detection of electric current. So when ultraviolet rays are made to fall on the negative plate, immediately a current flows in the circuit. Means before the ultraviolet rays are made to fall on the negative plate, there was no current. Circuit was there, but no current was there. But as soon as the ultraviolet rays are made to fall on the negative plate, then current begins to flow. Now, as soon as ultraviolet rays are stopped, the current also stops. Means all the thing is depend on the ultraviolet rays. If on the other hand the ultraviolet rays are made to fall on the positive plate, no current flows, or you can say very feeble means very small amount of current flows. So Helmholtz could not explain this phenomena. Afterwards, what happened? In 1898, J.J. Thomson established that when light falls on a metal surface, suppose there is any metal surface and light falls on it, so what happens? Electrons are emitted from the surface. Electrons are emitted. In 1900, Lenard told that when ultraviolet rays fall on the negative plate, the electrons emitted from the plate are attracted by the positive plate. Means whatever electrons are emitted, they are attracted by the positive plate, so that the circuit is completed and current flows. So the reason why when light falls on negative plate, current flows, and when the same ultraviolet light is made to fall on positive plate, the current doesn't flow. Is the reason is that. So because the electrons are negatively charged, they will be attracted towards a positively charged plate. But if electrons are moving in this direction, so plate is also negatively charged and electrons are also negatively charged, so they will repel, so no current will flow. Hence the circuit is not completed and the current does not flow. The phenomena of emission of electron from the metals under the effect of light rays is called photoelectric effect. The phenomena of emission of electrons, whatever electron, from metals under the effect of light ray, whatever the effect of light ray. So that phenomena is called photoelectric effect. Photo means light, and you can see electricity is also there, light is also there, and the effect then produced is called photoelectric effect. The electrons emitted by photoelectric effect are called photoelectrons, and the current produced is called photoelectric current. So electrons are called photoelectrons, and the current produced is called photoelectric effect. Now, a current produced is called photoelectric current. Now, for this phenomena, light of short wavelength or high frequency is more effective than the light of long wavelength or low frequency. So, short wavelength, high frequency is required. High frequency light is required. This is the main peculiar thing for photoelectric effect. What? High frequency light. Now, experimental results of photoelectric effect. Leonard and Millikan performed many experiments on photoelectric effect. They took plates of different metals and illuminated them with light of different frequencies and of different intensities, and measured the energy of the photoelectrons and the strength of the photoelectric current in each case. They obtained many results related to photoelectric effect, and on the basis of these experiments, what happened? A simple experimental arrangement is shown here. It consists of two metallic plates P1 and P2 fixed at some distance from each other. These are the two metallic plates fixed at some distance from each other in a evacuator tube. Again, evacuator tube is a tube in which vacuum is there. The plate P1 is in front a quartz window W. See here, this is a quartz window through which light rays fall on it. See, light rays, ultraviolet light rays is falling on P1. It is the cathode ray plate. The plates P1 and P2 are connected to a sensitive ammeter A. You can see ammeter to measure the current. Ammeter is a device to measure the current, and to a potential divider through a commutator C. Through this arrangement, the potential difference between the plates P1 and P2 can be varied, and the direction of potential difference can also be changed. This potential difference can be measured by voltmeter V. So, with the help of commutator, what can be done? The direction of potential difference can be changed, as well as the potential difference between the plates can be varied. Now, from the experiment, there are few things which are the conclusions. I will tell you in the next topic.